Hi everyone, we're going to take a few minutes here and go through the role of a 6 and the 8 in a 4-3-3 system. On this particular case, the version of the 4-3-3 is a 4-2-3-1, with the 1 being the number 9, the 3 being the forwards and the midfielders, and then the 2 being defensive mid positions. So with the back line with 2 defensive mids, 3 midfielders and a forward, uh, 3 attacking midfielders, wings, and a forward. We're going to speak specifically about the role of the 6 and the 8. The important part of this system of play is that the 6 and the 8 maintain balance between their positions and that they interact with each other in a way that doesn't leave any available spaces to exploit. So I'm going to give a couple of examples real quick and go through how that happens and things to think about if you're playing in one of those two positions. So we've added a couple opponents here to the layout. So a couple of important things here. The 6 is responsible for the space in front of the 5 and the 3, and on the defensively is responsible for being the first point of pressure on players who may be midfield players in particular, who may be in their zone and may have the ball or be available for the ball. Equally on the other side, the 8 is responsible for this area too. What ends up happening if these players are out of position, let's say for instance, so we are defending and the 6 comes over to help add additional team members to the side. So we're trying to create an overload on this side. Now we have 4 against their 2. We've left an open spot here, so it leaves an area for the opponents to exploit. So one important thing to remember is that left side players will stay on the left side and not go past the central area. Right side players would stay on the right side. So if the ball's over on this side, we already have an overload here. 7 can come down and we can be 3v2 right here. So we already have some structure. We can cut a line right here or cut a line right here and still be in a position to protect the play, but we're not leaving an open spot here. What ends up happening if the 6 gets too far over is the 10's got to pick up here, and now we have a different kind of a problem where we have no attacking intermediary here. So if we gain possession of the ball, everybody's crunched into an area and we have no place to pass to. So ideally the 10 stays available and up here, and we can pass out here and there's no gap here. Okay, 6 stays over here. So now we regain possession. The 8 has an option to go here, could go here, can go here, right? So if the 6 is in the right position, we can swing the ball through the central areas and get it out to here, get it over to here and up to here. So we have more options. If the 6 is collapsed into the area or is marked out of position, we don't have anybody to pass to here. And if the 10 comes down, then we don't have anyone to pass to through here. So again, you can see how collapsing the space like this creates problems. So the important role of these two is to not leave your area or zone any more than the central area. And likewise, if the ball shifts over to this side, the 6 is responsible for applying pressure first. Ideally, the 3 is dropping off and the 6 is coming in to put pressure here. If the 3 has to push up, we create a situation, and the 6 is pressing. Again, we are creating a situation where we can go. They can 1-2 and combine here. 1-2, run onto the ball into space. So if the 3 has to step up, it creates that liability. So again, the 6 can't be too far over on this side. They'll never recover back in time. They have to be basically in this area, prepared to press to if the ball switches over. All right. When the ball's over on this side, again, the 8 presses in, can assist here with covering the 9 if necessary. Is available to press here quickly if necessary, but doesn't come so far over as, again, to leave a hole here. If the ball makes it over into this area and there's nobody to put pressure on, then it's all these players start attacking, and somebody has to step up from the back line, or step in from the wing. So these are really important positions, and I find in a lot of cases they get collapsed onto one side, and this problem occurs. When we're in possession of the ball and we're past the central area, the 8 can press up more and the 6 can move into a more central area. So the triangle basically rotates. So now in the final third on the other side, we may have 4, and the 6 then in this case is playing as a stopper. The 2 and the 3 are pushed up a little because we're attacking, and the ball's up here maybe now with our forwards. So now our forwards have some options with the 9 and the 10, 9, and 8 combining, the 9, 8, and 7 combining. All right, and the 6 is the stopper. So if we lose possession up here, they're going to be the first one to press here. But again, everybody needs to drop behind the ball. So on defensively, we should always have at least 6 defensive players behind the ball. All right. Another problem that happens is if 8 doesn't get back, everybody's pushed up. We've had the ball. We lose possession in the area here. The 8 doesn't hustle back. Maybe the ball comes down to here. 6 has to press, and now there's an available player right here. 8's on the wrong side of the ball. So on loss of ball, the transition between attacking and defending, whoever has pushed up, often the 8, it's going to be important for them to hustle back and reclaim their position. The other thing that might happen is then the 2 tucks in, and same kind of a problem. Now we have a way for the ball to get down here. It's going to pull the 4 out of position, and then we have this kind of a problem. So again, if the 8's on the wrong side of the ball, still hanging out with the attacking team, we're going to create a different problem. All right. So again, that lesson here is we're talking about is team shape, and it's often the central midfielders that can create an imbalance. So very important for these positions to get back in this particular system that we're playing. All right. So that's pretty much it. Just emphasizing those particular the team shape and positioning. There are a lot of other kind of nuanced things that can happen in and around that, but again, the important note here is stay on your side of the field, always be behind the ball on defense, and if you do rotate up, make sure you get back quickly. And if you do find yourselves out of position, the 6 has gone over here maybe to follow a ball or player that came this way, the 8 needs to be aware and rotate. The 10 can even rotate down if the 6 is rotating up. So, this is kind of a more advanced way to play the central 3 where you have rotations. But the balance always has to remain. As soon as the 6 can get back to their regular position, you can send the 10 back up to theirs. So, again, maintaining balance in the midfield area with the 6 and the 8. All right, thank you very much. Have fun playing.